Hi, it's Harry here from UK Football Trials. Now, we've partnered up with Newcastle Town Football Club to promote their new international academy. This is a fantastic opportunity for all players, and we believe it is the best of its type in the entire country. We've worked alongside former Premier League captain Robin van der Laan and Academy Manager Gavin Appleby to put together this fantastic 20-minute video that will tell you everything that you need to know about this amazing opportunity, including how it works and exactly what the course involves. We hope you enjoy it.
So my name is Robin van der Laan.
Still low with van der Laan. Might think about the shot. Does do. It's a great one. Sweet as a nut.
I'm an A-licensed football coach. Worked for Manchester United for a long time. 13 years as international head coach. I've been an ex-professional football player. 14 years as a professional. 3 years in Holland, where I was born, of course, and 11 years in the UK. Lucky enough to play in the English Premiership for Derby County. Played there as captain. Played against some of the best players in the world, which was a great experience, of course, and looking to pass these experiences over to the young players that we're trying to coach. The International Football Academy is a group of 16 to 18s, where we expect mainly 18s to 23s to join our course, with perhaps 1 or 2 16-year-olds in there. They will train together 4 days a week, 1 day off. Could be 3 days in a game. Some of the players will obviously play at the weekend with our first team or our reserve team, or even in our footlit team that plays in an under 18s league during the week. There'll be double sessions some days where we have gym work in the morning and then technical training on the pitch in the afternoon. So it's be a full-on professional training schedule. Players, when they come on the course, they go through the whole session like a professional football player. What players would get as an apprentice or a scholar at a professional football club. It's full-time coaching, games during the week mainly, some floodlit night games as well at the stadium. We do fitness work, hill training, cardio work in the gym. We've got our private gym here at the facility. We work tactical within the classroom. We do group work, workshops, get them to think about the game themselves, problem solving, and then we take the technical and tactical side onto the pitch, where we work with them tactically with regards to team shape, working in units and working as an 11v11, but also all the technical aspects of the game. We play Newcastle Town, we play in a college league, depending on the ages of the players, of course. We will organise games potentially with professional clubs, as well as local teams in the area at under 21s, on the 23s level. We have a fantastic stadium that we could use for nighttime games, so they get the experience of playing under floodlights, that real sort of English midweek game scenario that you really can't get anywhere else. So they get a whole spectrum of different playing opportunities. The Mondays will be the day off. Tuesdays players can come in. We do a morning session in the gym. Afternoon, if we have a game on the Wednesday, in the afternoon we do tactical in the classroom, and then take that onto the pitch. Finish with an 8v8 or a 9v9, working on our team shape, moving to the Wednesday. Wednesday, if it's a game day, then obviously the preparations for the game will commence, whether it's a home or away game. Makes a difference to the schedule as well. Away games, of course, we'll take our own transport. We've got our own transport and minivan to take the players to the game. Thursdays then could be a recovery session if it was a game on a Saturday. Could be a little bit of stretching, yoga, could potentially be some cardio work for the players that haven't played as many minutes on the pitch. And then Friday again, we do usually a double session if there's no games on the Saturday. The good thing with the scenario at Newcastle Town is that we have players playing for different teams within our scenario. First team if they're good enough, which is semi-professional. Our reserve team, which is our development group going into the first team. And if you're part of them two groups, then you're playing at the weekend as well. In my time here, in the last sort of 3-4 years, we've had 2 players in the first team when I was managing the first team, who I coached on a daily basis. Josh Gordon, who came through our youth section, played for our Floodlit under 18s team, won lots of cup competitions here with our club, progressed into our reserves and then into our first team. Very strong, powerful forward, a power forward we call him, not the biggest but very good in the air. Josh was monitored by a lot of clubs. He moved from Newcastle Town to a bigger non-league club, and you know, within that same year he got picked up by Leicester City and got signed a professional contract at Leicester City. So a great success story for us and sort of our development here at the club, what it can produce. The same with Cohen Bramall. Cohen Bramall came to us just as a teenager. We've coached him here. The boy had fantastic speed. He's probably the quickest player I've ever seen in my travels. Fantastic athlete, fantastic speed. Needed a little bit of work on his quality with regards to moving forward. Again, spent quite a bit of time with him on the training ground. Moved to a bigger club again in non-league, and within that same year he got picked up as one of them, you know, success stories that went on to Sky Sports and, you know, in the media. He got picked up by Arsenal. Had a couple of trial games. I believe he had a trial game in Sheffield United, and there was a few clubs after him, and Arsenal signed him on a pro contract. You know, we were all looking at it and go, wow, do you see Cohen has gone? You know, unbelievable. Well, these are great stories, and they're real stories, and they're happening here at Newcastle Town Football Club. We bring a sports psychologist in. We do work with the players with regards to their mental state, dealing with setbacks, dealing with winning and glory as well, because sometimes it's not always the negatives. You've got to deal with winning as well as losing. You know, setbacks with regards to in their personal lives, whether it's anything to do with their schoolwork. You know, so the sports psychologist will come in and you know, touch base with all these issues that the young players of these days have to deal with. On the nutritional side, it's very important, of course, that the players not only eat well and eat the right things, but that they eat at the right time. Also that they have plenty of sleep. So the sleeping patterns are very important, and hydration becomes a big part of a sports person's routines. So that will all be looked at by the nutritionists. Obviously every person has different needs, so we're looking at specialising or creating an eating program, if you like, for each individual, so they can take that away and use that program to maximise their performance. Yeah, the strength and conditioning is, depending on age, is important. Moving into professional football, strength becomes a big part of what players do, not just the technical and the agility side of it, but also becoming stronger. A big focus is on core strength, of course. Endurance, players don't want to be too bulky. We want athletes and not necessarily bodybuilders, so we want to make sure that's monitored properly. When they get to, you know, within our youth section, for instance, when they get to 14, 15, 16, they can start working on their techniques of the strength and conditioning, not so much using the weights. But with 16 and onwards, they can start introducing some weights, so that'll be monitored properly. Again, with the nutrition, every body type and every person is different, so everybody has different needs, whether people need speed work, and core strength. Other players might need bulking up a little bit. So the nutritional side and the strength conditioning side goes hand in hand. The reason why I would recommend starting with a program like coming here to Newcastle Town Football Club is starting at a semi-professional level. You get real opportunities to go and show what you can do. There's lots of scouts coming to watch our games, especially with our club, which is developing young players a lot. So scouts are attracted to see what the young players at Newcastle Town can do. If you excel in our first team, you'll definitely get chances to move forward into a bigger non-league club or into league club football. Our partnership with UK Football Trials, of course, is a perfect partnership for both parties, because they've created very good exit routes, and the exit routes that we've created with Newcastle Town already is going to be beneficial for every player on our program with the right talent and the right attitude. If we have players here that can't progress into the program here in the UK, we have contacts all over the world, every continent where players are looking to become professional football players. We have the contacts to place them with a team where they can go into trials straight from our program and become professional footballers in their own areas, which is something that other programs I don't believe offer. And it's a great progression route for every single player that wants to become a professional football player. The pro club visits are the part that's really excited about this program. It places the players at the training grounds, at the professional football clubs. They're being coached by their coaches, so obviously opportunities to get scouted in the pro club's backyard, which is fantastic. Some of these training grounds are highly security places where you normally can't enter. So for us to have the contacts to go in and bring this group of players into that environment is absolutely fantastic. We've already set up the agreement with Stoke City. We've got an official partnership with Stoke City with Newcastle Town Football Club. We're going to do 2 visits at Stoke City. We train at Clayton Wood, their training ground, where their first team trains. We have on one of the visits we'll have a tour of the training ground as well as a training session. And on our second visit we'll have the training session again, and we'll have the stadium tour at the stadium. Of course, fantastic Premier League stadium that we can visit. Another club that we're going to visit is Derby County Football Club. A club that I used to play for. I've got great contacts there. Again, more farm training ground, a fantastic facility. We're going to be training there. Then obviously the stadium tour will be an interesting one. It's a similar stadium to the Stoke City Stadium. It's geared up for Premier League football, which they might well be next season. And that's another great opportunity for us to go and visit. Again, being trained by their coaches, just a fantastic opportunity. St George's Park is not far from here, which is obviously England's facility, England's training facility. Facilities there are out of this world. We will visit St George's Park. We're looking to organise a training session there with Burton Albion, because they train there. Again, opportunity to train at fantastic facilities, coached by professional club coaches. Old Trafford, the theatre of dreams, of course. I've worked for Manchester United for 13 years, and a trip to Old Trafford is definitely going to happen on our course. We have the stadium tour, the museum tour, which is the best in the world for me. I've been to many stadium tours, but that is the best in the world. So it'll be a fantastic experience for the players to go and visit Old Trafford. We know for a fact that it can be daunting, coming all the way from the other side of the world potentially to come and play football. Knowing that you have the talent and the desire to make it as a football player sometimes isn't enough. But you can always contact us. We've got a very open policy here at the club. Myself, you can speak to me whenever you want. You come and speak to me. via Skype. If the parents have any questions, because I'm sure there's plenty of questions that you have, you can always speak to me via Skype and I'll answer all your questions.
I am Academy Manager of the football club, as well as a few other roles such as Director, and I look after all the youth setup here. My education background is one of the key aspects that I bring to the package. So I've worked in education for 10 years plus, particularly with 16 to 18-year-olds. So that gives me, you know, good experience for the course and what we're offering. So I will look after ensuring that all the education sides, all the pastoral, all the arrangements. So I will do a lot of the organising at our end, making sure that they're in the right place at the right time, here as a support function, so if they have any issues, they've got somebody to come to and somebody that can support them with any settling in situations. So what we're looking at doing, as well as obviously having a first-class football experience, we're looking to obviously educate a little bit about the English game, a little bit about the English lifestyle, and that will involve some tours and some experiences which we perhaps talk about a bit later. But we've got, in terms of courses, we're going to run some coaching courses with the students, so they'll have opportunity to go and do their FA badges, so they'll have a chance to go and learn how to coach at basic sort of English level. Obviously Robin will do some coach mentoring as well, talking about that side of things. And then we're going to run some module type training, so we're going to look at nutrition, we're going to look at how to prepare for matches, healthy lifestyles, and some units about how to keep fit, etc. So some good content to work through. Obviously foreign players moving over to England, that can be quite a daunting experience, particularly parents will worry, obviously sometimes the students will worry as well. So it's very important that everybody knows that in terms of pastoral, we'll be keeping a very close eye on the students and players. We have a very in-depth vetting process, so that we know that the people involved are the right people and they're going to be bringing the right ethics involved. So we'll be looking after the students both on and off the pitch. So we'll be making sure that they get the right diet, they get the right access, they understand where and where to go, and obviously having Robin, he speaks a few different languages as well, which will help. So we have the right support functions in place so that people can feel safe and secure when they come over. So 16 to 18-year-olds, they will have the option to go with host families who will look after their breakfast and evening meals, and obviously look after a lot of the family type environment. So if obviously 18 plus students want to come over and sort of share accommodation, live together, then we can support in that process as well. Just as we do with the host families, we support everybody right the way through the process. So we have a lot of nearby medical facilities. We have the main hospital just 5 minutes away, so parents and players and students can feel safe that the medical sort of needs are met. We have access to our own physios, so if there's any sort of footballing injuries, any concerns, then they can see our physio and get the relevant treatment. When the students and players are here, we have our own minibus, and we have really good bus and network rail links here, so there's no need for students or parents to worry about access and transport. We've got all those options covered. The airports we recommend would be Liverpool, East Midlands, Manchester or Birmingham. They're very central to where we're based, and we will pick up from the airport upon their arrival. Outside of obviously all the intense work that we're doing on the football pitch and in the classroom, there's many great attractions around the local area, cinema, there's loads of shopping centres, and of course as part of the experience we will be taking students and players off out, so there'll be stadium tours, there'll be shopping experiences in the big cities like Manchester. Students can also access the Stoke season tickets that we will purchase for them, so they can go and watch live Premier League football, which is great for them to see all these Premier League stars. And we've got a local theme park called Alton Towers, a worldwide attraction which students will again visit as part of the course. So there'll be plenty for them to do and plenty to keep them interested.
This programme will be perfect for you if you're 16 to 23, you're aspiring to become a professional footballer, or you just want to develop your game, have a great experience with regards to the training, the club visits, the cultural experiences, seeing London, seeing all the stadiums around the country, working with some of the best youth coaches at the best professional clubs, gain some qualifications. Our 16-week course starts in August and we're looking forward to seeing you there.